Seiishizo here, gonna talk today about my Giants team and how it works, perfect AI style, same as the Dragons team as you've seen before. But first of all, I wanna say something. I've seen in my analytics statistics from my YouTube that people are finding my YouTube channel by typing my name wrong. Guys, it's not that difficult. Seiishizo. And I probably had to do it that way because that makes more sense on camera, but whatever. So now you know, it's just Seiishizo. Really simple. Also, if you talk about it, it's like, Seiishizo. Simple. Seiishizo. Easy. So now, like, back to the video, back to stuff that actually matters besides my stupid name. So, this team also makes use of the same mechanics as I've shown in my Dragons team. So, again, this team is also super high on the rune requirements, same as my Dragons team that I showed before. This is not something that everyone is gonna be able to rune that easily. If you want to, if you're like a little bit lower on like rune quality and stuff like that, I recommend another video. It's also in the description, and that's more like mid-ish game, like friendly for like easy rune requirements. Because let's say Dragons is difficult to rune. This is a step higher because your Julie has to be even stronger than that. So how does this team work? Gonna talk you through a run. Like all of these runs, like if the only thing that's an if that could go wrong is like an armor break, but that's really unlikely. So I'm gonna talk you through a standard run. Julie one-shots away, you've seen that before. Then Sophia, her third skill, which is also on the same, that she does it on max HP, will armor break 5 times, so it mostly hits. Then Luna goes double, as you can see here as well. And her third skill is on a 4-turn cooldown, so she needs to go double to actually go like this. And then my internet says like, how about I do this? But whatever. So there's some more gimmicks, there's some more gimmicks to this team, and this team is actually more difficult to run than the Dragons team. So I'm gonna showcase you the runes. And there's like a couple of gimmicks to this team to actually make it as consistent as this is, and how this works, because this is one that's not that easy. So this one is triple fight, and there's one small gimmick to this unit. Place it on as much Aki as possible. The accuracy, like if you don't land an armor break, then the third skill will actually push back the boss's attack bar, and like there will be no armor break like 5 out of like 1,000 runs. But when you have this on higher accuracy, you will manage to kill those 5 runs as well, and they won't be fails. Then we have, let's go from turn order. Then we have Sophia. This is actually, or this is not Sophia, this is Julie. Julie actually has an upgrade. You can see that she's more speed, and she is like a little bit less damage and less time, but she has more speed. I'm gonna explain later why. Then we have Sophia, max skilled. Like this was the unit I was missing to actually make this team, and spinning slash has to be max skilled. That's a must. So I actually got really lucky in the skill ups in this one. Then Luna goes, and Dark Force has to be max skilled. Would be better if Poison Shot was also max skilled. And then we have Lin that's just doing damage. So where does the gimmick comes in for this team? You see that my Julie is fast. If your Julie is more than plus 60 speed, your Julie will take a turn a tick earlier, which means she moves 1 tick earlier and she moves 1 tick earlier. Because she's above 48 speed, she will lap with her third skill, because if her third skill is with max XP, she will get 100% attack bar back. That means she will outspeed a minimum speed of 125 any unit, and therefore Luna can go double. So let's see that again in a run. And then you're like, oh, I don't have a Luna freaking like wailing content and shit. There's some ways you can do this without Luna. There's some ways you can do this without Sophia. Just wait until the end of the video. I got some more teams. So I'm not going to showcase them because this is actually difficult to showcase, because I have to switch a lot of runes. Because actually my Julie is on the edge of one-shotting. This is the bare edge of one-shotting with 8 fight sets. That's how difficult this is. This is 8 fight sets, but the team is 21 seconds if Lin doesn't do. Because I can show you that if I, for example, remove one fight set by, let's go for Talia. Also, this Talia is too fast, so Luna won't take a double turn. But removing this one extra fight set, so I'm on 7 fight sets right now. I think I'm on like 50-50 of like actually one-shotting. And this is where Talia will take a turn. And because Talia takes a turn right now, the second skill or the third skill isn't up. See, this is where I lack damage. So, and this is where I have 56 attack percentage from, what's it called, fight runes, and that's where I just lack. Also here you see that, did she take another turn? Oh yeah, she took another turn because Julie didn't one shot. Ta-da! So that's the thing. So I'm gonna pull up my Excel sheet. Love the Excel sheet. Excel sheet? Hello? There's my little Excel sheet. So I've actually showcased a team before, and that was with, let's see if you can zoom in a bit. So yeah, should be fine, should be fine. On the background, always farming, man, always farming. Give me a sec, always farming. You gone, Lin in there. Correct, Lin, correct, Lin. Lin also has a fight room. Ooh. So as you can see from my old video, this was my fastest team. It was the Lulu Low Lily, and that one is quite like doable to make for like everyone. Then I had the same team I'm used for dragons, but I used like Loren, which was my Loren that I also used for BG5, and then with the lead was also like the cannon girl. And this team actually got like 3% off, and it was like a 25 second effort run. This team is actually with the Luna that does the double attack, and this is with the Luna that doesn't do the double attack. So in there you can already see like some time difference. Also, this is with a Loren, the Loren I use for BG5, compared to a Sophia. Sophia is technically faster, but I actually I kind of overestimated how good Sophia is, because there's another gimmicks which I haven't told you yet, and that is for the middle boss. Wow, this is the most terrible run ever. Apparently this happens like 1 in 100, maybe less. But I still managed to clear it because of the cannon girl's third skill being attack bar reducing. But the thing is, why you cannot trash max damage on Sophia, and the issue would be this. If I would put more damage on Sophia, so we hit this, there's a difference if she armor breaks on the first hit or she armor breaks on the 5th hit. There's a damage gap. If she would do it on the first hit, she would do, of course, a lot more damage. If she would do more critics, she would do more damage. But if that makes that Luna will one-shot the boss and not get her second skill off, that's why your team does too much damage, because then you don't have the third skill of Luna at the final boss, and that's an issue. So for that reason you cannot trash too much damage on Sophia, and therefore Loren might actually work. The issue is you probably have to rune up your third Loren. So first Loren PvP, second Loren BG5, and then third Loren for this. So I would recommend to make a Sophia, I guess. So as you can see here, this team is 22 seconds. It could be even faster. It could be faster. There's one version of it which is actually faster. So my team is 8 times fight, and my Julie is 227 CD, and I have to check how much attack. So then Sophia has to be triple fight, 85 accuracy, and do damage. Don't do too much damage. So let's see how much attack my... That's... I'm just gonna say plus... Can I do this in Excel? Not allowed to. haha, plus cheated the system. So that's that. Yeah, the slot 4 of my this girl is attack. Then for this one, I had to add in another fight set because my 2 damage dealers also needed fight, otherwise this wouldn't one-shot. So what options do you have if you don't have a Luna or you don't have a Lin? That could be possible. Crow could be an option, Arang could be an option, Twins could be options. Arang is actually not better than Lin. I tested it. She derps more and she does about 10k less damage on her 3rd skill, even though having 8 fight sets which do work for Arang and barely work for Lin. So that, and then also what you could do is you could replace Sophia with another Loren. So then we have some additional teams. Okay, talking about some additional teams. So an additional team would be that you just do Julie, Sophia, and then double Lin. In this case, I would make Sophia as high or damage as possible because it's actually true, same as Shaina in the last video of Dragons. Lin will do her 3rd skill if the boss is below a certain percentage of HP. I think it's 25 or 30, but I'm not 100% sure of that. So this is another option, but then your Sophia goes full damage, but still triple fight because you probably need the fight sets for the Julie. So this is another team. This team is technically the fastest team. And in this case you have to be, this one has to be 161, or 163, no 161, and then this one has to be above 151, and then this preferably also above 151 for speed. This would technically be the fastest team, and the only inconsistency in the whole team is armor break, which is 5 times, I think like 60% to apply it. So it's just a 5 times, well yeah, it barely happens that there's no armor break. And then the rest will always work on perfect AI. If you do enough damage, this team will always guarantee you like 22 seconds. So then you might say like, okay, that's really fun and all, but man, I don't have the rune requirements to do that. I'm not sure if this works. I haven't tested it. This is actually something one of the viewers came up with, and he posted it on my last video. If one Julie won't derp, 2 Julies also don't derp. So you could actually use 2 Julies to consistently not derp and clear a wave. You could make then 1 Julie really damaging and 1 Julie just 100% crit rate but on triple fight. And then you could work from there. And then like even Lin, you could replace it for one of the others. And then as final, additionally, you could even do that. So in this case, you replace Sophia with a Loren, and you put the twins. So you use the Julies to 1-shot, well in this case 2-shot the wave, Loren for armor breaks, and then your twins will just clear it. So that's pretty much all about the Giants team. I'm not gonna do a video on the Necro team. That's because the Necro team is like, let's say Dragons is like this difficult to rune, then Giants is probably like this difficult to rune like this, and then Necro is just like here. So I'm pretty much on the edge that I can do Giants like this with my rune quality. Yeah, Necro is just not worth it. Necro is it's just too difficult, and I would totally recommend to just use the Shaina that doesn't derp if your Julie did enough damage on the second wave, which I also showed in the Dragons video. So if you want to check that out, also check out the Dragons video. And yeah, that's about it. These runes are like, if Lin doesn't derp, it's 2150. If Lin does derp, but everything still just dies instantly, then it's like 2350. So about like 22 something average. I also I can't take full credit of coming up with the whole system and everything like this. This is something I've seen from a Japanese streamer or Japanese YouTuber, and some friend of mine showed it to me, so I kind of took his idea and I made some more teams which are also like more free to play ish. So I'll leave his video in the description as well. So if you can't make this team because of the high rune requirements, don't stress too much about it. It's actually really difficult to get these rune requirements. Julie is currently on one of the best Lushen runes that I have. I actually switched them around. I just use my Lushen currently just for the rush hour, and rest of the week I don't use it. So that's why I can do this. So again, don't stress too much about it if you cannot make it this far. Just use the Lushen, Loren, Lin team from the other video. It will really help out, but this is just a showcase of like, hey, this is the max what you could go for max consistency and fast runs to just burn down your crystals like super fast. So again, guys, thanks for liking the videos. Thanks for liking the other video as well. Like, the video was like I went for like 250 likes and the thing just blew up and just went like 700 something likes. So really appreciate that. And we're missing some armor breaks right now, which is an issue, but then the run goes completely shit. But the odds are actually really low that this happens. But whatever, take me on that one. And thanks for watching. Seiishizo here. Peace out.